So moving on to BASF, the largest chemical conglomerate, chemical manufacturer in Europe, known as BASF, B-A-S-F, is closing down part of its operations. It's a permanent downsizing. Chief Executive Martin Bruder-Müller has gone public about this, saying they're going to have to downsize permanently in Europe. And this has been covered by Reuters and many others. Basically, he's saying that they can't afford the high energy costs. There's not enough natural gas because, the Nord Stream pipeline's been blown up, and the economic sanctions against Russia are punishing Europe. This is the beginning of the fall of Western Europe. Now, in addition to that, the largest steel plants in Germany are also shutting down. That's ArcelorMittal, Germany. That's the company name. But they're shutting down because of energy costs as well. So you're going to have no steel. And now, because of BASF shutting down, in addition to this, you're going to have no fertilizer, no ammonia, no molecules for really anything industrial. You're not going to have the molecules for oil refineries, for making engine oil, for making aircraft, for making transportation, for textiles, medicines, personal care products, plastics, containers, transportation systems, all of it. It's just going to vanish from the supply chain because BASF is shutting down. And it's only a partial shutdown right now. Trust me, another couple of months. Wait till February of 2023. It's going to be a total shutdown, or near total, I should say.
They don't just make fertilizers. They make thousands and thousands of chemicals. They have different plants around the world, but that one is their original plant. It's huge. It's 10 square kilometers. And these processes are all interconnected. It's like an organism, like a living organism in a sense. You can't just shut it down. You'll kill the whole system. Once you shut this bad boy down, it's not like you just flip the switch and turn it back on. If you can get it back started, you could, but it's going to take a huge process, massive amounts of money, probable chemical leaks and explosions and all sorts of things. If we turn this thing off, turning it back on is going to almost be like rebuilding the plant.
And it's permanent. They're describing it as permanent. That's the key here, folks. This isn't just, we're going to shut down this winter, or we're going to wait for the Nord Stream 1 pipeline to be rebuilt. No, permanent. Moving to China. And what do you think is going to happen, folks, when we're in a war with China and China just nationalizes the BASF chemical plant? Then you think you're going to get those chemicals ever again anywhere outside of China? No, not a chance. Not a chance.
It's stunning, Mike. It's stunning. It's as permanent as cutting off your arm. What you just said, they're putting BASF in China where they can just go, okay, that's our fertilizer now.
Yep.
You can't even make up this stuff.
No, it's insane. But again, the leader of BASF also said it's because of the insane green policies that why they're moving. Because frankly, the greenies who are, obviously are clear cutting all the forests now, because I guess that's a green thing now, is to have clear cut, former trees. But they don't like chemicals. Just anything like chemicals that are used to make food, or chemicals in textiles, chemicals in oil refining, chemicals in manufacturing, to make airplanes. Frankly, to make the blenders that you use to make smoothies like I do. There are certain molecules, folks, you have to have in your supply chain, or you don't have modern civilization. If you're against molecules, you are against life on Earth, period.
So how important is BASF? Well, it's the beating heart. It's the one that you need to watch to see the direction of Europe itself.
Well, once Nord Stream 1 and 2 got blown up by the United States, then even the possibility of having natural gas supplies abundant once again to Germany, that possibility was wrecked. And I have to believe that led to this decision, which is being reported by Reuters and others, where BASF is now saying, and this is from the CEO, here it is, Martin Brudermüller, says they're going to downsize permanently. They're not even pretending that this is transitory. This is shutting down in Europe and building up in China.
But it doesn't matter if you have 100 nuclear plants, everything working perfectly. You can't make nitrogen-based fertilizers with that electricity. You've got to have the gas, the Haber-Bosch process. It is just what it is. The math is not going to add up.
Like, I don't mean to turn this into like the science hour, but everybody's got to know NH3 ammonia the H comes from the hydrocarbons in natural gas. And if you don't have the H, you don't have the NH3. If you don't have the NH3, you don't have nitrogen fertilizers. And then you don't have food, and then you don't have half of humanity. End of story. I mean,
that's right. And they're shutting off the actual flows. And if the flow's not there, it's just like cutting the arteries in your neck. It's that simple. I just spent 4 months in Europe. I was over in Germany and Netherlands and Austria, Hungary, Luxembourg, Belgium, where else? Czech Republic, Ireland. Just was in London for meetings. It's clear that they're going to have famine across Europe. It's crystal clear. And as I just told a member of parliament in the Netherlands the other day, I said, look, at this rate, you're going to lose Amsterdam to the sea. You're going to lose a lot of Netherlands to the sea because you have to have energy to keep that water back, period. You don't have those windmills anymore, right? And although Netherlands has plenty of energy, by the way, they've got natural gas at Groningen, plenty of it. It's right underground. Same as the UK. They got it up at Blackpool.
They're just not tapping into it.
Yeah, it's right there. And the infrastructure's already there. Mike, all you got to do is turn the valve to the right a little bit. It's right there. The infrastructure's there. That's it. It's that simple. And they're not doing it because the information war, the highest form of warfare is information war, right? That's it. And the information war has got all these people going, oh no, we're having earthquakes because of, they're pumping the gas out of Groningen, which they have these like 2.3 earthquakes, real whoppers, real, building flatteners. It puts cracks in people's walls, right? That's all it does. So spackle up the walls and start pumping that gas out.
Well, what's extraordinary is how the United States blew up the Nord Stream pipelines, which was an act of war against Europe, not Russia. That was an act of war against the European people and countries like Germany and Austria and so on, and Poland. I mean, it's no longer a debate that the deindustrialization of Europe has arrived. Whatever's left in inventory, being gone over the next few months, and then that's it. There's no more steel, there's no more aluminum, there's no more chemicals, no more fertilizer, period. That's it, right?
Exactly. And it's clear that this is being done methodically. This is not accidental. I'm sure there's some background noise if there was just an actual accident here and there, but this is on the bigger picture of things. We are methodically being dismantled, and we actually know who's doing it. If we had a real president and a real United States government, this would not be happening. We know who they are. We know their names. We can go get them, right? We can physically go get them, but we're not doing it. And we're just being dismantled because we're not taking physical action to stop them.